She doesn't love you. She doesn't want you. She's not even interested in building a future with you, but for some reason, she just can't let you go. You're still on her list. Still in her DMs, still in her head. Why? Today I'm going to break it down step by step, and by the end of this video, you'll finally understand why some women hold on to you, even when they have no plans to love you. Step 1. Emotional backup plan. You were never her first choice. You were her safe choice. The man she runs to when the one she actually wants disappears. The one she vents to when life feels heavy. The one who listens, hopes, and waits. Quietly praying she realizes your worth, but here's the bitter pill. She already knows your worth. She just doesn't value it, because in her mind, you're not her man. You're her emotional crutch. Her therapist, her diary, her safety net. She knows you'll answer that late night call. She knows you'll drop everything to be there. She knows your emotional door is always open, and that's exactly why she doesn't respect you. Not because you're unkind. Not because you're not man enough, but because you're too emotionally available. And availability without strength and boundaries looks like neediness. Here's the truth. Women don't fall for the man who's always waiting. They fall for the man who stands firm, even in silence. You gave her unrestricted emotional access. You became her comfort without being her commitment. Pull back, not with bitterness, not with drama, but with quiet strength. Be kind, but distant. Compassionate, but unavailable. Let her feel what it's like to miss your presence. You are not her emotional trash bin. You are not the man she runs to when the one she desires disappears. You are a man with value, and until she sees you as the prize, not just the option, you owe her nothing more than silence and boundaries, because when you stop being her backup, you give yourself the space to be someone's first. Not out of desperation, but out of self-respect, and that's where real power begins. Step 2. Ego attachment. Some women don't want you. Let that sink in. They don't miss your soul. They don't crave your love. They just hate the idea of you moving on before them. To them, you're not a man. You're a mirror. A symbol of control, of ego, of power. If you heal before her, it dents her pride. If you date someone new, it bruises her image. If you grow without her, it threatens her illusion of superiority. She doesn't need your love. She needs you stuck, checking her stories, liking her photos, waiting, wondering, hoping. Because as long as you're emotionally orbiting her, she wins. Not romantically, but egotistical lie. And here's where most men fall. You try to prove your value. You post to get her attention. You drop subtle hints. You tell yourself, she see what she lost, but all that does? Prove she still owns real estate in your mind. You gave her too much power. Not just over your time, but over your emotions. You made her the measuring stick for your worth. And the moment you did that, you shrunk yourself into a pawn in her pride game. Reclaim your power. Silence is not weakness, it's strategy. Stop reacting, stop explaining. Stop performing. Let her wonder about your absence. Let her feel the void where your validation used to be. You don't need to win her back. You need to win yourself back, because your worth was never meant to be proven to a woman. It was meant to be owned silently, fully, an unapologetic ally. So remember this. She may not miss you, but she miss controlling you. And when she finally realizes she no longer can, that's when your silence becomes louder than your presence ever was. Step 3. Trauma bonding. Not all connections are love. Some are wounds colliding, the late night arguments, the emotional makeups, the long silences followed by explosive reunions. You call it passion, you call it chemistry. But what you're really trapped in is a trauma bond. And here's how you know: you fight more than you laugh. You feel anxious more than safe. You're constantly walking on eggshells, but you're afraid to leave because deep down you're not addicted to her. You're addicted to the cycle, the chaos, the uncertainty, the adrenaline that comes with dysfunction. And the scariest part, you've convinced yourself it's love, that the highs and lows are proof it's real. But real love doesn't destroy your peace. Real love feels like safety, not survival. You've confused intensity for intimacy. You've mistaken emotional volatility for depth. And every time you break up, you come back because the silence feels worse than the pain. Because somewhere in your past, someone made you believe that love hurts, but brother, listen, love isn't pain. Love isn't confusion. Love isn't proving yourself every day to avoid being abandoned. That's trauma. That's fear. That's you replaying old patterns in a new relationship. Stop chasing chaos. Start choosing peace. I know peace feels boring at first because you're not used to calm. But calm is where clarity grows. It's where your nervous system finally breathes. It's where you come back to yourself. You have to be brave enough to walk away from what's breaking you, even if it once felt like home, because your soul was not made to survive in emotional war zones. It was made to heal, to expand, to love without fear. So if it's costing you your identity, it's not love. It's trauma wearing perfume. And the most masculine thing you can do? Break the cycle before it breaks you. Step 4. She's still watching you. She's still watching your stories. She's still liking your old posts. She's still asking mutual friends, hey, how's he doing? Not because she wants to come back, but because she doesn't want to feel replaced. This isn't love. This isn't longing. This is surveillance. She's not checking in because she misses your soul. She's checking in because her ego needs confirmation. Has he moved on without me? Did I lose something valuable? Because for some women, it's not about reconciliation, it's about relevance. She wants to know you're still orbiting her emotionally, that you haven't fully healed, that your silence is just a phase, not a decision. And here's where most men mess up. You take the view, the like, the DM, as a sign she's coming back. So you post more, you drop subtle captions. You share quotes that you hope she decode, but you're not being mysterious. You're being emotionally predictable. You're feeding her curiosity with digital breadcrumbs. You're letting her monitor your life without paying the price of being in it, and that's why she feels no loss. Because you're still emotionally accessible just through a screen. Cut the social media ties, block, mute, unfollow, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. You're not doing it to punish her. You're doing it to free yourself, because your healing should not be part of someone else's entertainment. And your growth is not a movie for her to casually watch. Let her feel your absence, not your shadow. No stories, no signals, no hints, just silence. Complete, intentional, dignified silence. And if she ever really valued you, she'd reach out like a woman, not lurk like a ghost. This is how you take your power back. By refusing to be watched. Like a memory and choosing to live like a man who's already moved on. Step 5. You're too afraid to walk away. Let's be honest, brother. You're not stuck because you love her. You're stuck because you're afraid to let go of the story you built in your head. You keep the door half open. Maybe she texts. Maybe she just needs time. Maybe if I stay silent long enough, she realizes I was the one. But deep down, you know the truth. She's not coming back. And if she does, it won't be the way you imagined. It won't be out of love. It'll be out of boredom, loneliness, ego. You're holding on to fantasy, not reality. You've confused hope with denial. You're waiting for someone who already showed you where you stand every time you check her page. Every time you replay the old memories. You're reopening a wound that's trying to heal. You tell yourself it's love. But what you're really doing is avoiding grief, avoiding closure. Avoiding the one move that would set you free, walking away completely. Understand this truth. Closure doesn't come from her. It comes from you, from accepting what is not what you hoped it would be. If someone truly wanted to love you, they wouldn't leave you confused. They wouldn't keep you waiting. They wouldn't need space to figure out your worth. Let that truth hit, let it burn, because that burn, that's the fire that forges the new you, the version of you that doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't put his destiny in someone else's hands. You don't need one more text. You need one firm decision. I'm done performing, I'm done hoping. I'm done giving power to someone who couldn't see mine. And when you do that, when you walk away not out of spite, But out of self-worth, you become the man who never needs to look back. Bonus. Rebuild your value. The reason you're stuck isn't her ... it's you. You forgot who you were before. She came into your life. Start rebuilding. Gym, prayer, business, boundaries. Your value isn't in being chosen. It's in choosing yourself. If she can't love you, but also can't let you go, that's not a compliment, that's a warning. You deserve love that chooses you clearly. Not confusion, not delay, not manipulation. Cut the cord and watch your peace return. If this hit you deep, don't keep it to yourself. Comment no more chains if you're ready to walk away for good. Subscribe for more blunt truths. I say what others are too afraid to say.